So this guy commented on a post I made yesterday. And since I'm going to start playing PvP a little more, I thought it was the time to make this video. Shout out to Mortal for giving me this idea. So let's get started, shall we? And by the way, all of these tips together aren't required. In order to be successful in PvP, any one of them will help you a ton. So I'll begin with the most important. To me, that's being undetectable. Ever since Flatline came out, all the way back around the time of TU15, Pulse has been meta. Whether you're in a DZ or in conflict, best believe somebody will be using that skill. And if you don't prepare correctly, then the enemy will always know your location. So the best way to avoid this is by being immune to Pulse. It's actually very easy to do this. Every single specialization comes with 40% pulse resistance natively. All you need to do is make up the remaining percentage with gear and mods, however you decide to do it. And if you need help with that, don't worry, I got you covered. I just made a PvP build showcasing this in action. Also, exactly how to make it for yourself. The link will be in the description. With 100% pulse resistance, you will not only be undetectable, but if you're spotted, none of the bonuses damages activate when someone else pulses you. It will have no effect on you. So this tip is definitely a gem. Next, we have one that a lot of you may not have access to, and that's teammates. Oftentimes in conflict and in DZ, you will find so many players with full groups going in. Well, that's because there's strength in numbers, and it's very rare that you'll find solo players destroying full teams. If so, those full teams don't know what they're doing, let's just be honest. So if you find yourself in these situations where you get destroyed by groups of people, it doesn't necessarily mean that you suck. It just means that you need some assistance. Number 3, counterplay. Use builds that are opposite to what your opponent is using. This may seem like an easy concept to swallow, but you'll be surprised how many players don't do this. I know it's very easy to just slap on a DPS build and ADS to no end, and that may work for some who have superb aim and can ADS with the best of them. But 9 times out of 10, you're not as adept as everyone else who've been playing it for so long. Furthermore, if you're from PvE, then most likely you'll be thinking from that perspective. PvE is not PvP. Players don't move like bots, predictable and calculated. Well, maybe some do, but for the most part, players are going to implement some sort of strategy far more advanced than any AI. So you got to keep your wits about you and implement your own. This starts with a tactical frame of mind, in particular, counterplay. Use a sticky bomb to get them off balance while they're busy trying to ADS, and usually skill builders are squishy. Use a DPS build to melt them instantly. Ultimately, these tips come with a bit of experience. Then you'll understand better what I'm talking about. Number 4, PvE builds do not work in PvP. So don't think you'll go in there with a build that melts NPCs thinking you'll do the same to players. Protection from elites will do nothing for you in that realm. That being said, there are tons of PvP specific builds on YouTube that will help guide you to getting where you need to be in PvP. If you check my channel, I have a ton that you can use. The 5th and final one is probably the second most important next to pulse resistance, and that is hazard protection. Over the years, the Division 2 has been increasingly more focused on skills, status effects, anything in that realm. And there is gear that will specifically protect you from all of that. And if you're crafty in the area of build making, then I'm sure you can come up with something formidable enough to survive what these skill users have in store. I'm in the process of making an insanely powerful hazard protection build that is just for that. Stay tuned to my channel for more details to come. But those are my 5 advanced tips for PvE players trying to get into PvP. Let me know what you think of it down below, and please feel free to share any other tips you have. I appreciate you stopping by. If this helped you out in any way, make sure to like the video. Also, subscribe for more videos like this. I'll catch you in the next one. Be right out.